All right, and welcome to the sixth episode, right, of the Painting the Black Fantasy Baseball podcast. I am one of your co-commissioners, Brad Kale. Today with me is my other co-commissioners, Muhammad Nurali and Cody Adler. Boys, how we doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Not bad.
Good.
And joining us today is
From the shadows.
One of the guys that kind of lit a fire in the league this week.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Full sell mode. Paul Stankiewicz. Paul, how we doing?
I'm obviously fucking around to see if I can get my camera going.
Hey, that's all right. So this week we're going to kind of change things up a little bit since Paul kind of lit up a storm and kind of had 6 trades this week. Paul was involved in half of those. So we'll do a quick rundown on the standings and the matchups from last week, and then we'll kind of talk about the trades and all that. So without further ado, here is your standings. Don remained in last after that beatdown I gave him, even though I was pissed at him for being involved in one of those trades. We'll get to that later. But he's in 12th. Paul, you had to make that trade with him, jackass.
Bottom feeder.
He's in 11th. Brett is in 10th. Doug is in 9th. Morgan in 8th. Troy in 7th, and that gap between 7th and 8th looks like it grew even more. Troy's actually tied for 6th with Kelton. And then Mo is in 5th, Drew 4th, Cullen 3rd, Cody 2nd, and I am still in 1st. So not a whole lot of movement there in the standings. Actually, Drew and Cullen are tied for 3rd right now. But let's jump into the matchup results here. Kind of working our way down. As I mentioned, I beat Don 6-3. That was a lot closer than what I had hoped to be. Cody and Paul actually tied this week.
Suck at Cody with my tanking team.
I know Cody wasn't too happy about that. But
it is what it is.
You got to give one to the peasants of the group, right?
You got to give it up to my pitching to win every single category and my hitting to do nothing.
Kellen beat Troy. That was a fairly close matchup. Drew and Doug matched up, and then Drew won that one. Kelton ended up beating Morgan, squeaking by there 5-4, and Mo squeaked by Brett as well 5-4. Probably a little bit closer than what you probably hoped for.
I'll take it. Luis Robert.
Win's a win, right? So, that's kind of the results from last week. Looking at the matchups for this week, I'm going up against Morgan. Cody, you're going up against your dad. That's some bragging rights right there, I feel like. So.
Yeah, can't lose this one.
Collins going up against Drew, 3rd, 4th place matchup. That should be an extremely good matchup. We don't care about Paul. He's going to lose anyway.
Yeah, straight to the basement.
He's going up against Brett. Kelton going up against Troy. They're tied. Remember, they're tied for 6th. So that should be an extremely entertaining matchup to watch. And then Mo, you're going up against Don. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into the trade discussions. As I mentioned at the beginning, Paul decided to have a fire sale. And
listen, boys,
everyone
is available.
What's that?
Everyone's available. Mike Nicholas, fucking Martin Perez,
Martin Perez,
whatever it is.
And it's Miles Michaelis.
Good old Marty. I call him Marty.
But yeah, Paul was involved in 3 of those trades. We had 6 trades all together. So Paul, let's kind of run down kind of your thought process with all these trades here. I will start off the one you had with Don, where you traded away Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You got Yu Darvish, Mackenzie Gore, Jeremy Pena, Ezekiel Tovar, Braylon Marquez, and a 2023 first-round pick, which very well might be the first overall pick.
Well, the only thing I don't like about the trade is the fact that Vladimir makes him better, and that ruins my chance at the first overall pick.
Yeah.
But I like helping Don. I want to help Don out. He's struggling down there. I said I don't want to help any playoff teams. Frig all y'all. You don't need them, even though probably a couple of you do. And then, I got good prospects that I like. Not just the shortstop prospect from the Padres that I can't think of his name right now.
Got Tovar?
Well, I got Tovar, I got Pena. No, I was talking about that's Colorado.
Yeah.
The one that Brad offered me. The offer that Brad gave me, just a bunch of relievers.
Oh, Abrams.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, CJ.
CJ Abrams. I said, I'm getting more than just Abrams. Why wouldn't I not do this?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't even remember what I had offered you. I know Abrams was kind of the centerpiece there. Cade Cavalli, I think I also threw in there too. And
the man's struggling.
Knowing Brad,
why do you think I offered him to you?
Yeah, I know. Why do you think I declined your offer? I said I'm getting nothing.
And you know what? When I first sent you that, and I told you I wasn't
Yeah,
too
you were
sure
like,
about that.
Maybe
offer.
That's too much. I was like, are you kidding me?
I don't know. I definitely regret doing that or not doing that trade, but
it was the slap in the face I needed to go to Don.
Yeah, I suck.
That's Brad tactic for you.
So, Paul, what was my non-offer offer? It was
what was it? Mullins at $3 billion. O'Neal Cruz, which I might regret. And then what was the last one?
Brennan Davis.
Oh, Brennan Davis, yeah.
He's also a top 15 prospect.
Wow.
But I got a lot of guys who are already up with Gore and Pena, but I was just like, I'm not pulling them up because I need that cap space to keep making trades.
Cody, did you have to make an offer for Vladdy?
No, I didn't even know he was available, to be honest. So
I posted it in the thing. I said Vladdy was available.
He said everyone's available, but
you say that, but
not paying
really,
right. All right. Second trade Paul had was with Drew. Drew got Luis Ariz, a 9th round pick and a 10th round pick. Paul got Tristan McKenzie, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., and an 8th round pick. Paul, I kind of like that trade for you. I like that trade a lot. I'm high on McKenzie.
That's why the second you saw it, you were like, oh, well, how much for McKenzie? I was like, everything you got. Because Colin, right after you sent me that message, Colin declined his own trade offer. And I said, this is ridiculous.
Hey, we'll get into that one.
So I was pissed about the Arias trade because I'm talking with Paul for
Cody messaged me 20 times the whole week.
I'll think about it. That sounds pretty good. And then Drew swipes in at the last second
and gives me the picture.
So that's why I wasn't talking to Vladdy. I was busy talking to Arias.
And I think I was even talking to Drew a little bit about McKenzie as well, and kind of dating back to preseason, me and him had kind of been going back on a trade offer we've been working on, and kind of started to revisit that. But obviously, nothing came to fruition. But I mean, McKenzie was in discussion there, so kind of sad to see that happen. But
I'm not going to call out Drew here, but what exactly is he doing?
He sells to compete, and it's just what Are you selling? You competing? Like he's still
Are
like
you in fourth
fucking
place
playoffs.
or?
I kind of feel like he is. We lost
Bye,
Paul.
Paul.
Oh, bye, Paul.
See you, Keanu.
I don't know. I feel like Drew. Paul just mentioned. Oh no! Hold on. But I feel Drew. I mean, with all his prospects that he drafted, especially this year, a lot of them were MLB ready. He's been demoting pretty much every day. He's starting to get into kind of a roster crunch, and I think that's what he's trying to at least help. So
Yeah, because most of us got at the same time. So
yeah, okay. Here we go. Paul's back. Maybe he's back.
Yeah, no, I think Drew has a pretty good team.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think all the top 7, I think, all have a legit shot at winning it all.
Yeah.
What about
He
that
does.
All right, we got to talk about this.
Yeah,
Garrett
so
Cole trade.
Paul and Cohen.
Oh,
Apparently Cohen rejected
Yeah,
his
just
own
this
trade offer, but they finally agreed, and then disagreed, and then re-agreed. I don't know. I've been super busy this week packing, so I didn't really follow it that much. But Paul got Lucas Giolito, Connor Joe, and Anthony Volpe. I don't think you got a pick out of that.
And a 2023 first.
Okay,
Yeah.
I missed that one. Cohen, he got Garrett Cole and an 8th round pick. Although I didn't really
Cody.
follow if that was Drew's pick or Cody's pick.
Mr. Semantics over there.
it was mine. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, kind of some big name pitchers there. Giolito and Cole being swapped, and then kind of a hot name entering the season, hot prospect name, Anthony Volpe. So,
He's struggling, but you know what? He's got the potential.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I, of course, I own like a third of the first round now, so I have no problem with that trade.
So we didn't talk about the Cody trade yet, but that was essentially Brian Reynolds for first.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the one that started
Did I miss that one?
the market cap. That's the one that set the bar.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I totally missed that one. Yeah, so we had 7 trades this week. Yeah, that trade pissed me off.
Oh yeah,
so that one happened.
So
That
Brad, you got to tell your story about what happened with that trade.
was like less than 5 minutes it took to happen, by the way.
yeah, he was like, "You want?"
I just sent an offer, and he was like, "Yeah, sounds good."
I don't even remember what went down. I mean, I'll be honest, my head's everywhere. So Cody, if you remember.
Were you teaching summer school? Is that right?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
So-
yeah. Okay, yeah. So
I knew
Yeah.
Brad was busy, and that was the best contract Paul had that I could afford. So I knew I had to overshoot it and just go get him.
So
Yeah. In an hour, Brad's gonna jump in.
I think during my break, Paul had posted that he's having his fire sale, and one of the guys I was kind of interested in was Brian Reynolds, and then I ran out of time, and because kids came back and everything, and next thing I knew, Cody traded Brian Reynolds, and then I think that night he homered and tripled, and
Yeah,
he went off. He was like, "I'm on a different team now. This is my new scenario. I'm not in the fucking Pirates anymore."
He's on a winner.
So, I mean, Cody's closet Pirate fan. I mean,
Yes, sir. I have the hat.
I know Mo's starting to turn into
Astros
one,
fan, too.
especially with O'Neill Cruz.
and Roanzi. Contreras.
Roanzi, yeah. So,
I think Colin too. I think Colin's watching that game. He told me he watched that O'Neill Cruz throw 100 times last night. He was like, I'm not So he's like, no hyperbole. I've watched this video 100 times.
He's gonna make an offer for you and then decline it, and then he's gonna make you give you a little bit more.
No, I'm glad you turned down that offer. I would have been sick right now if I would have traded O'Neal Cruz.
Yeah.
That's what I needed, more quantity and quality too, but I needed more quantity.
Yeah, so now you got Cody's first round pick, you got Cullen's first round pick, you got your own.
And
You
I
got
got
Don.
You got Don's too.
So you
Yeah, 2 of the top 3 for sure.
Yeah.
in a stacked MLB draft coming up.
yeah, so do you have a target you're going after in the draft or
I mean, obviously, Drew Jones, maybe even Jackson Holiday.
Drew Jones.
so you got both of those guys?
There's a story. Don't worry about it.
I'm waiting for Ken Griffey Jr. to come into the league.
So his son actually played, right? He was a football player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
What school?
I
think Arizona.
State.
Well,
Arizona State.
Trey Griffey, isn't his name?
Yeah, Trey. So he's basically Ken Griffey Jr. It's Trey means 3,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he played at Arizona though. If I remember right. But
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Yeah.
So Paul, tell us a little bit more about. So we talked about this, right? So you didn't love Derek's team when you took it over. Obviously, you had some good prospects.
I mean, obviously, I love Soto and Vlad, but like he had like that reliever, that reliever strategy where his whole team was reliever. He had like one pitcher, and I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And then I got to the playoffs.
So,
and when Derek was drafted, I mean, Mo, Cody, and I were talking about that, and that was one of the things we brought up too about his reliever strategy.
He was just stretching out innings, yeah.
And then
as many as he could.
you got Mo over here going with the no reliever
then you
strategy.
got the exact opposite, Mo. Man's allergic to closers.
I just got tired of it. It feels like closers change every week, and now managers are.
That's why half my relievers are like setup man.
Yeah, now they're like sharing saves
And that, Mo, this is like a complete 180 for you too, because especially in 3-sport, it seemed like year after year you had the top closers.
Yeah, it used to be. Yeah, in 3-sport, I used to. So we had our 8 keepers, obviously, and then my first 5 picks every year would be closers.
Yeah,
like, that's how I would attack it.
That's why I was always at the bottom, is because I could never get a closer because you freaking hoarded them all.
Me and Ryan would. Ryan.
You and Ryan, and I caught on to that, and now I'm doing fairly well.
So when I was a advertising minor at SMU, the little saying in the advertising department was, when everyone else zig, you should zag. And so that's that's the strategy here, is how do I find value a different way? So I was telling Cullen, this is my test year. And y'all know in basketball, I've obviously won a few championships.
Yeah,
so I have
Move on.
I have a secret recipe there that I use in that league. So I'm still kind of cooking.
It's
baseball.
still too soon, okay?
I'm trying to figure it out. So there has to be, right? Like Brad and Cody obviously know. Paul, I don't know if we've talked about this, but I'm gonna count it, right? So there's a formula to this. I'm trying to figure out. Like there's got to be if it works for basketball, there's got to be
for baseball.
There's got to be a way that it works in baseball, but we'll see.
And
baseball's more random though, so it's hard to.
Baseball's like the most math-oriented like sport in the game.
I'm scared about the draft in football.
That should be fun, but
it's gonna be a fun night, man.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a great day.
I almost like that y'all are protecting people from themselves with the
waivers.
You got to have 10 first 1 or 2 year contracts, because everyone would have done like a bunch of 3-year contracts.
No, you almost don't want them.
Don't tell them that.
What'd you say?
Just don't tell them that. Let them bury themselves.
Well, they can't, right? Because you're only letting them have 4.
I know.
Hey, we can always make an amendment.
No, I like it.
No,
No, yeah, I don't think I
Especially because this is the first time, especially you guys are doing a football league because you guys are like veterans of all the other leagues, but the football league, even you guys are like, what the fuck do we do?
Yeah, I'm nervous.
I'm excited though.
Yeah, it should be good times. I think we're just about ready
Calvin
to.
Ridley goes in the first round.
What's that?
I'm betting Calvin Ridley goes in the first round.
Right, Sean Watson.
Yeah,
Sean
like imagine that, right? Like if we do this
1.2.
last year,
Oh yeah,
Calvin
he
Ridley
goes
goes in the first round.
Yeah.
Probably gets a 5-year deal, and
Oh,
some
yeah.
team is screwed,
Yeah,
Oh,
right? Like
$40.
football is way too random.
yeah.
I'm just
That's
gonna
nuts.
start. Whoever's in first, I'm just gonna start having them gamble. The players gamble. I'm gonna go out to Vegas whenever they play in Vegas. Come on, put $5 on the Falcons. You got it.
So there's a couple trades we didn't talk about, right? So it's a couple of small ones.
Yeah.
Peon ones.
Doug and Drew. They traded. So Luis Arias got traded again. So again, to kind of recap, Paul traded Arias to Drew, and Drew traded him and Camilo Doval for Adrian Hauser and whichever third-round pick is higher. So Arias didn't get a chance to unpack his
You're comfortable.
bags.
Who did he go to again? I forgot.
Arias went to Doug.
Oh, Dougie.
So
Dougie. He
So
was just
Drew's
like,
in
Cody
fourth,
can't have
and
him.
he's
But I
selling.
will.
but Doug is in ninth and he's buying.
Yeah.
Kinda-
And he's dangling over your head. Oh,
So-
Cody, collude
so-
with me.
So basically, Drew traded away
Yeah,
Mackenzie, Gurriel, an 8th-round pick, Arias. How do you say his name? Is it Arias or Arias?
I think you got it. Either one of those
Okay.
works.
And Doval, and he only got back Adrian Hauser, a 3rd-round pick, a 9th-round pick, and a 10th-round pick.
and he just got Hauser, so
Yeah, that was kind of
picking up picks.
looking at it now. That's kind of a head scratcher to me.
Well,
at least.
Drew told me he just wanted to get rid of Gurriel's contract, and then the next day he hits a grand slam. So
He's been on fire.
Yeah, he's been kind of
he hasn't been hitting the
I know
ball
he
hard
was-
this year, but eventually something's got to. You're like a 220 muscle man. You got to be hitting the ball hard.
All right, guys, we got 10 minutes.
Not that big.
I think Mo's got to go.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
go. The other one was what?
yeah.
We had Don and Cody.
Yeah, Don and Cody, Stallmont and Hosmer, kind of
Stallmont's
a low
good.
contract swap, and
Yeah,
then
just a bench bat.
And then
Yeah.
Barlow for Santana, which I was surprised Doug traded Barlow.
yeah,
He
I was
said he needed
kind of surprised
save a
too.
couple of bucks. Yeah,
I guess because he got Doval, so he probably didn't need.
No, that's true. That's true. But yeah, Mo, I know you got to take off.
All right, I'll
So
talk to you guys later.
thanks for joining in.
Yeah.
Bye, Moby Wan.
see you later.
All right. So just
And then there was
saw. We talked about Vladimir Guerrero Jr. getting traded, that trade and everything. He's actually the player of the week this week. So yeah, I should have.
Don deserves it.
No, he does not.
I like what you got, Paul. I know.
I love what I
Yeah,
Yeah, I like what he got to. I'm not a huge fan of Darvish, but like your minor
Hey,
leaguers.
that's a $34 expiring contract. buddy.
expiring. So you
Yeah,
can,
that's true.
Yeah.
But
you can trade those rights and then use the money.
Or I could just
even
dump him and buy out my whole friggin' team.
you could definitely do that. I was just gonna kind of take a quick glance at kind of who is kind of expiring here. Jose
Pablo
Altuve, Altuve's expiring. This throughout the league. Altuve,
Oh, I guess I'll take him.
go ahead. Jameson Tyone, Erod. Oh, David Bednar.
Oh,
Pablo
Uh,
Lopez.
wait, who has got bet on? You?
Brett.
Brett.
Oh, Brett's gonna have to pay. Big closing money.
Cody has Pablo Lopez expiring.
Oh, Cody.
Jock Jams,
Yep.
Eric Hosmer.
No.
They can both go. That's fine.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jock, Tommy Pham is also expiring.
Oh, I mean, I waived him, so he can stay in a cold.
Get him back.
Freddie Peralta, if he comes back healthy, I mean, he's expiring.
Yeah.
Jordan Montgomery.
Yeah.
Half of Cullen's team is expiring.
I think Drew has
Daniel. He's expiring. Daniel Bard. Masturbator. Josh Bell's expiring. I mean, some solid guys here.
Drew has Whitfield expiring, I think.
Yeah, he's been bad too.
I know.
Yeah, Kenley
Yeah,
Jansen.
28. I'm not paying. That's why I traded him in the first place.
Yeah.
I said,
He's already past 30. Yeah.
do I want a guy with a 250 on base percentage? And I mean, yeah, he stole bases, but what else did he do? Nothing. In a bad line.
Hang on. I skipped over this one. Shohei, the hitter, is expiring. And that's from me, too. Oh, man.
Oh, buddy.
Go get a call.
This seems like a good season to have all the cap space in the world, doesn't it, boys?
Yeah, it kind of seems that way. But, I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
And 4 first-round picks.
Don't pull a mongoloid. Paul, I don't know if you've been in the talks about this, but we've kind of, me, Cody, and Mo have been talking about a certain mongoloid. Won't talk about who that actually is, but he had all sorts of cap space in basketball and did absolute crap with that.
Oh.
So you might be able to connect the dots there.
I think I know.
You overspent on some fringe rosterable guys, yeah.
I mean, that's what I did too, but I had like so much cap room. I was like, I have no players. I need to buy someone.
Well, it's okay if it's only 1 year, but not. This guy was giving up.
I'm able to buy him out to Terry Rozier.
Yeah.
And,
that's fine. Yeah.
Oh God, and De'Aaron Fox is 50. No, he's gone. He's so gone.
Trying to look through who else. Police of note is Tommy Edman.
Oh, the best second baseman in baseball behind Jeff McNeil.
Oh, second baseman turned shortstop.
Well, yeah, because DeJong can't hit a worth of life.
Yeah, he sucks. And although he's doing pretty well in Memphis right now. So
I'm just waiting for them to move Arenado over to third so they can call it.
Yeah, they're not moving Arenado.
Yeah, well, let them play short. What could have hurt?
I actually wouldn't be surprised if they end up DFAing Edmundo Sosa and bring back DeYoung.
What about Paul Goldschmidt? They should DFA him. He should go to the Mets.
Yeah, you wish. You wish. He's finally going to get that MVP this year.
I don't know. PD Alonso.
Yeah, Alonso's been doing well too. I mean,
he's got like 40 more RBIs.
Hey, I appreciate everything that Pete Alonso has been doing this year. I mean, he's definitely helped my team. So, yeah, I mean, that's really about it.
This is going to be a big trade between me and you, Brad, when you trade for Mike Nicholas.
Yeah, I mean, I've been looking over some different offers, but
you can point.
Yeah, I might have to pull the trigger there.
Oh yeah, when he throws his another almost no hitter, you'll come running. Don't worry.
You're probably right. I'll have to get him before
Unless I-
Troy.
Unless I go to Don and try to get him.
Yeah.
Title interest.
By the way, I mentioned Vladdy was AL Player of the Week, Goldie NL Player of the Week.
My man.
So
Yeah, the man literally carrying Cody's team.
Aaron Judge.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
And no, Colin, you can't have him.
Goldie and Judge, yeah.
How
And
about first and Brian Reynolds?
so, Cody, how many times did Kellen ask for Judge this week?
Oh, hang on, let me look.
I literally, that's
One.
why I was like so happy he offered me that trade. I was like, he's asked me about Garrett Cole like 10 times. Like every
Two.
time he started, he'd be like, "Oh, Garrett Cole." I'd be like, "Yeah, Garrett Cole,
Three.
come on, trade for him."
Yeah.
So in the last 11 days, he's asked for him 5 times.
Jesus.
Well, I would suspect this week it's probably going to be maybe another 3, 4, 5.
The last pitch was he's struggling, so you better trade him now while he has value.
Yeah, right?
Okay. Yeah. Well, boys, I think we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks for Paul. Thanks for joining in. It was good to have kind of some insight on kind of your trades there, and so thanks for joining.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you
So,
for having me. It was a pleasure. Brad, you're a gentleman. Cody, you're not so much a gentleman. And Mo, wherever you are, I hope you bomb your meeting.
Well, be sure to subscribe and like this video. I think right underneath here, you should be able to subscribe to the channel. So make sure you do that. So yeah, join us next week to see if we make any more trades.